Okay guys, welcome to the 2019 European Open. I'm down on the beach today, and as far as I can see right and as far as I can see left, there are literally anglers everywhere. I'm down here with the SAA team at the minute. I'm going to go over to Darren Dodds and Dan Bassett to talk through a little bit about their bits and pieces they've put together ready for this event. Okay guys, so here we have Dan Bassett and Darren Dodds, Sea Angling Adventures. Coming up from Plymouth guys, first time fishing it.
Yep.
What preparations have you gone into actually, obviously the venue you are now?
To be honest mate, not a lot of research. It's our first time coming up here.
Yeah.
So we're treating this weekend as weekend away, fishing with the lads.
Yeah.
And it'll give us a better idea for future years then,
yeah,
you know, of how to fish it and how to approach the mark. But as far as I know, we're doing everything right. We've got the right bait,
yeah,
you know, your blacks, your lug, yellowtails, stuff like
rigs.
that. Yeah. Just give ourselves the best chance with the bait. Just pretty much treat it how we would fish down home, just to get a better idea for in the future.
So you went to a venue first this morning, and got there a bit late, absolutely heaving out.
Yeah.
So you've come down to this mark. Now I can see why, looking around us, why you've come to this mark.
Yeah.
You're looking over high tide, aren't you?
Definitely, mate. Yeah, we've got a nice gully coming in behind us here. You can't see it now, but yeah, once the tide starts pushing up, we might end up, like you say, on top of the cliffs.
I think a lot of you, distance isn't going to be needed today.
No.
Over that high tide mark, you just general lob straight in those gullies. Hopefully that's where the cod's going to come
around
in.
Here, it's all pretty featureless, but you got this is the only feature, and that's going to hold the food. You know, the fish are going to come up, move up through here, hopefully. And like you say, distance shouldn't be a key. If you look for the features and pick that out, then fingers crossed it'll.
Best of luck today, boys. We're going to go over to Plymouth Top Rod and Specimen at their Rob York now, and go through his preparations for the main event. So, ladies and gentlemen, Rob York, how you doing, mate?
Yeah,
good. But looking forward to this, haven't you?
For weeks.
Some weeks.
Months.
Yeah. Bit different to the fishing what we do at home.
Well, massively different.
Yeah.
Beach fishing, I'm not into it.
No.
Rock fishing.
You've done a lot of preparation on looking at different bits and pieces and trying to find where you were going to fish. And the couple of the venues you were going to fish
are packed.
Yeah.
For miles either side of it.
Yeah.
So we've ended up down here really.
And what time did you get up this morning?
4 o'clock.
4 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
Not early enough.
You could have been out. You could have went 1 o'clock. You still wouldn't have got on it. Because they camp on it, don't they?
Yeah.
So,
yeah. So what bait have you brought up?
Cockles.
Brought some cockles up?
Winkles.
Winkles.
Yeah, and some mackerel.
And some mackerel. He's not giving nothing away, but no, you did.
Just slats and yellowtails and a little bit of crab.
Yeah.
Basically, that's about it.
You
it's
pick
fish baits.
Fish baits, no. Yeah.
So it's just bait up and smack it and just see what happens. Really, I've got no tactics.
I know you got some fresh baits from Seaview Angling, but you also ordered some online as well.
Yeah, I ordered some off Hookers, which are brilliant bait, and Andy come up trumps with Blue Lug and
so you've got
Seaview Angling.
A mixture of baits.
Yeah, mixture of baits.
What do you think is going to be working on this beach today?
Well, they reckon, talking to the locals, the slaps with a bit of squid wrap around it, just little baits.
Now, just talking to Dan a minute ago, I can see where you've picked where you're going to pick. Are you going to still go for distance here today?
Yeah, I'm hoping to hit 40 yards easy.
I can see where we got the sandbar in behind, and that especially is going to hold fish over the top of the tide.
Over the top of the
so
tide.
I don't think distance, especially looking out there, it's completely flat. By the time you hit one out there, that's where you're going to pick a fish up.
Well, probably will do,
yeah. But good luck, best of luck for the day, mate.
To you, mate.
Yeah, all the best. And we've got to shoot off down the coastline now.
Ideal.
Cheers.
See you later.
Okay, guys, so here we have Sea Angling Adventures, Adam Slack, Steve Ford, come up from Brixton. So, guys, what preparation have you done for leading up to the event?
It's not our style of fishing, really.
No.
So we just do what we think we've got best on the day.
You looked at a few marks.
We've been out scouting, haven't we? We went for a couple of runs round, but you just got to settle on what you got.
Yeah,
there's so many people fishing it.
You did have a mark in mind, which you travelled down to have a look at.
Yeah.
What was the reason it put you off?
It looked snaggy as hell.
Really snaggy.
Yeah. So I come up all this way to lose all my gear, so I didn't bring that much.
No.
So.
But it looked totally different than it did on Google Earth.
Yes, it did.
Yeah. Got down there.
It's changed a lot.
You were looking at the deeper water. That's the reason being. Heading up towards Spurn.
Yeah.
But you've not chose to come there today. You've come down to
here.
a different venue.
Well, we were going to go up the road there, but like Rob was saying, it's so busy.
From where you are today, do you think distance?
Yeah. Wrap it, clip it, tag it,
distance,
whack it. Yeah.
But obviously you're fishing with Dan and Rob and that, so obviously in behind you now you've got a bit of a trough going down through. Are you planning to put some baits in that?
Hopefully, yeah.
over it.
It looks very flat, Adam.
Yes,
It does. Rays,
possibly.
think?
Hope so.
What, are you going to go for a ray or are you going to go for a cod?
I'm going to go.
I'm going to have squid on my bait
crab
for all
squid
of it.
to
So
start with.
Squid?
Yeah.
Squidding it
that's
up.
both worlds, isn't it?
Good luck, boys. All the best, and
Yes.
hope you
Cheers,
hope
man.
smash it. Cheers,
Yeah.
guys.
Cheers, bud.
So here we have the Angle Adventures Gav. So, what preparations have you done for today, mate? Looking at it.
I think like with the rest of the boys here, it's very difficult for us to actually prepare for a venue like this because obviously we live miles away, So we've actually come up a couple of days earlier. Scouted around, had a look around, trying to check out obviously on low water, see what the grounds are like, see just access.
A lot of it is all the same though. It's completely flat.
It is completely
and you're
flat,
looking for these points of interest, gullies, troughs, and that to hold the food.
Yeah.
And to be honest, I think you've come at trumps where you are.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, especially where you can see in the background there. You've got a little runway there, comes right in. It comes into a deeper pool in here.
Yeah.
Especially at a high tide there.
You'd think the fish would come in through that.
Hopefully, yeah. I mean, over the top of the tide, come in there, come over the top of the banks and dropping down into it for food. You know what I mean?
So you're also planning to hit that over high water?
Maybe drop a couple in short, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just in there, I mean, the rigs I've used, I've got a couple of backup bars in that, which give me a little bit more distance. So hopefully over the low water.
I think when you obviously, especially where we are now, hitting that distance,
exactly.
It's just trying to pick that fish
Definitely.
up. If that there is a point of interest, which is going to hopefully
bring them in. Yeah,
and the food's going to be coming down through with the tide, holding the food, and hopefully all smashing a few cod out today. But all the best, mate. Hope you do well, and look forward to seeing you later on the boards.
Brilliant. Thanks very much.
Cheers, guys.
Morning guys, so here we are. This is the start of the 2019 European Open Beach Championship. So to be honest, for the middle of February we just couldn't have got better weather than this. The wind's just about in the right direction. It's not too bad strength wise either. The sun's up, it's a beautiful morning. The sea state's about perfect. There's reports of some good cod and skate around. So with a bit of luck, all competitors are going to have a great day and hopefully a great weekend. So today I've decided to come south of Withensea on the basis that hopefully a little bit more tide in the water. But I'm very suspicious of those boys that are going to get on the middle beaches because I think they've got every chance of a good cod or indeed skate up there. So I think it's going to be a really, really even competition this year and hopefully a load of fish turn up. So my tactics today, pretty basic stuff. 170 gram breakaway onto a clip from a hook, a pretty standard, probably about 5 foot pulley rig. The basis of that being there are some clays and rocks in front of me, so if I am lucky enough to get hold of a decent fish, that's going to bring the lead up out of those clemmies, out of those rocks and clays, and hopefully allow me to get the fish in. So 80-pound main trace body. Obviously when you're pendulum casting you're putting quite a bit of compression into the rod. You don't want to be snapping off and endangering other competitors. So 80-pound main rig body. Now I got pretty heavy on the hook snood, so my chums George Smith and those boys, when I say I've got a 50-pound hook snood on, they'll be like, you what? But it's still a pretty supple hook length. But I know when them cod start running the teeth on the hook snood, it can easily get frayed, and you don't want to be losing a good fish. So I tend to go on the heavy side, not always, but when I'm fishing for cod and rays, I'm quite happy to go on the heavy side. Different kettle of fish completely, fishing for dab and whiting. The kind of business end again, no rocket science in this. So a lot of you boys out there will be doing exactly the same. I've got a 4-row Sakuma Manta Extra. Again, people might say that's a little bit sort of overgunning it for the beaches. I don't like flexing my hooks, particularly when you get a good fish on the bank. If it's surging and pulling, there does happen to be a bit of swell on, I don't like hooks flexing because I think they can come out. So a 4-row Sakuma Manta Extra with a 2-0 circle. So when I get my worm squid, bluey bait on, that'll come down, sit on the top, so obviously you've got a second opportunity of hooking the fish, dependent on where it maybe sort of looks to take the bait. Bait today, pretty standard stuff. Got some fantastic blacks from my mate Jed over on the west coast, so big thanks Jed for those. He always looks after me. So first class worm, a lot of the boys out there will also have first class worm. I think that's a must down here. Managed to get myself a few whites as well, which I think always really helpful to have in the bucket. And I think because skate are a possibility, I've got some bluey and some squid as well. So again, a lot of you out there, you'll be fishing exactly the same baits, but they're probably the ones that I'm going to go to today, and just kind of alternate through the day, dependent on how the match starts panning out. 14-foot Ziplex rod, Shimano Aero Technum reel, loaded up with 25-pound braid, which is ever so thin diameter, but obviously you get little resistance. So I think the tactic today will be wind it up, send it as far as I can into the tide. That's been the kind of tactic that I've employed down here over the years, and you know it's looked after me pretty well. So whilst obviously, you know, as a match angler, you've got to sort of have an agile mind and obviously sort of react to the circumstances, the conditions, you know, that's key. I think for the most part, you know, my successful formula on the beaches down the Holderness have been clipping down relatively small baits and looking to punch it as far as I can into the tide, and as I say, that's where I found the majority of the fish have been for me. That said, you know, the guys that can't chuck so far, don't get disheartened, because you know the whole Holderness is a very kind of even venue. So those that can't cast so far, they can be right at the bottom of the slope. So I think particularly with the sea being calm, genuinely almost anybody can win this competition this weekend. I think that's what makes it such a fantastic event, because rightly everybody's coming into the event with a lot of enthusiasm and a lot of optimism that they could be the person that, you know, on each day lands the biggest fish and, you know, hopefully kind of wins the event overall. So that's about it. It's 8:45. I've just got my rigs done up. I'll be into the bait bucket in a couple of minutes, so we're ready for the off at 9 o'clock. So as I say, perfect. The lead up's been brilliant. I think some great coverage this year by Sea Angling Adventures. I think the social media has been fantastic. Some of the guys that have contributed, George Smith, Julian Shambrook, Keith in Hornsey Tackle, and a range of others. I think the build-up has been exceptional. So fantastic event, long may it continue, and the best of luck to all of you. Let's get them on some big uns.
As you can see, what we're talking about before, it's a completely flat going out through, very shallow. The guys are going to be, you can see that's where the tide's moving at the moment, but the guys are going to be trying to hit at first distance, trying to get it as far as possible. Over the top of the tide now, around 40 yards maybe for when the high tide spot is, you've got a big gully going up through. So this is what I think these guys are going to be doing. They've hit this Pacific area, holding that, because that's going to bring food and bits and pieces coming down through, hopefully drawing all these cod in today. down at Hillston at the moment, and absolutely heaving. As far as you can see to the right, as far as you can see to the left, literally anglers everywhere. It seems to be somewhere it's drawing the anglers to target the fish. Now, I know over the last coming weeks there's been a lot of fish pulled out of this area, and I think the guys are down here today trying to take advantage of that fact. But it's a lovely day. The sun's out, there's a bit of a breeze. It's going from southwesterly, slightly southerly at the moment. The wind's starting to pick up, but it's not having no effect on the sea whatsoever. I think there'll be a few rays pulled out of here today. I think we'll see a few thornbacks back at the weigh-in later on, and hopefully a few big cod. Okay guys, we're down at Mappleton at the minute. As you know, we fished earlier on in the week down here, and we were given a bit of hints and tips from a few locals that there's a few fish being pulled out along this stretch of coastline. Exactly the same today. The beach is full as far as I can see towards Brid, and as you move up the coast at the moment, the sea seems to be flattening right off. A lot of anglers obviously down there. We're going to go down there, see if we can get a few words with a few of them, and hopefully see a few fish out. Okay, this is Lee.
Hi,
how you doing, mate?
Yeah, very well, thanks.
Where have you come down from, mate?
We've come from Barrow-in-Furness today.
Have you?
Yeah, there's quite a few of us that have come down. There's 3 in our caravan at Sandler, and it's been just a really good day so far.
Have you fished a competition before?
Yeah, I've fished for the last couple of years.
Yeah.
I think out of our squad, I think I've only weighed anything in for the last couple of years.
No, no, it's more about the jolly.
Yeah.
I mean, that's why I've
been really good.
Past it.
You know, we've got a beautiful day, beautiful venue.
It's lovely to see the weather like this, because normally it's freezing and bad conditions, and February it's always challenging, isn't it? But we seem to have the weather on our side. What are you targeting then? You after the cod or the skate?
Anything.
Yeah.
Anything that comes along, just give it a go. I've got a bit of fish bait, bit of lug.
Yeah. Do you think a cod will win it or skate this year?
I think a decent cod will.
Do you think it? Yeah. Conditions to me is shouting out skate.
Yeah.
It's the flat conditions with the rays and stuff like that. I know we obviously a lot of them thinking the same thing this year.
Right.
But there seems to be a few people on the beach. What time did you get down, mate?
4:15 I came down this morning.
Did you?
Yeah.
Was it pack again?
No, I was the first one down.
Were you?
Yeah, I was chatting to a couple of lads up the top.
Yeah.
Further down the beach from Poole,
Yeah.
and then just sort of made our way down at 4:20 I was here this morning.
Yeah. Perfect day for it. Yeah. But all the best, mate.
All right, thank you.
We'll
Yeah,
catch
no
up with you later at the boards.
Yeah.
Cheers, man.
We're sleeping in the car tonight.
You're sleeping in the car tonight?
Sleeping in the car, and we've got the trailer with all the cooker and everything in there. And
Really? What, just put the seats flat and
yes,
camp out?
All the bedding is in there.
Is that up in the car park up there, is it? At least you get the spot in the morning.
I haven't been to bed yet.
You haven't been to bed yet. So, oh, look at this, look, live action.
And I'm 73. Get that in. Yeah, I'm an ex-trawlerman as well.
You're an ex-trawlerman as well, are you? So what's the plan for today then? What do you think you're going to pick up?
He's going to do the bacon butties in a minute.
Oh, he's going to do the bacon butties?
Yeah.
Right. What about the fishing? What are we targeting today? Is it cod? Cod you're after? Are you going to put out for a thorny at all, or just?
Yeah, probably.
When the tide comes up a bit.
Yeah.
Give it a go. So the bait's a choice for you, flat lug, is it, squid?
Yeah, and I've got some lovely mussel here, look.
Lovely mussels. Oh, look at them, look.
What I do, I'll soften them up.
Soften them up in a bit of finger bandage. Oh, perfect.
Thank you,
what cod could resist that? We're hoping.
That'd be nice, wouldn't it?
Well, best of luck to you, Frank.
Thank you very
we'll
much,
catch you on the way back.
Yeah.
And hopefully we'll see you at the awards tonight.
Nice talking to you.
Cheers.
Okay guys, so we're down at Hornsey at the moment, where the Flatty Bounce Bass was yesterday, and As you can see, there's smaller amounts of anglers than there was yesterday. Having said that, there is anglers spread out all the way through this part of the coastline. The further we get up to Brid, the less the wind's playing off, and the sea is getting flatter and flatter and flatter. So hopefully we can see a few fish pulled out around here today.
Oh, excellent, well done, mate. Nice one. Yeah. It's got a nice prod in there. Yeah. Have a stick. Go a couple of these.
So we have Rich with a nice fine cod. Been hard out there today, mate, innit?
Yeah, it has. It's been hard, yeah.
Local lad?
Yeah, local lad from Brid. We've been, you know, trying to find the fish all week.
Yeah.
But they've been moving. That's been a positive
job today.
Yeah, but it was played by whitings.
Was it?
All day.
We found we have one cod since we've been up here, and we found when we went up to Hilton the other day, whiting, just couldn't get through the whiting.
It was just try and find the bands. That was the problem.
Yeah.
It was whiting a chuck, and then I just dropped one short, 60 yards.
Bait wise, it's going to be a tricky
one.
Well,
bait wise, you're not going to be surprised. It was on hermits.
Was it?
Yeah, I had a box of hermits. I tried everything from yellows, blacks, worms, squid. They just would not. It was just whiting a chuck.
That is one bait I haven't heard.
So I had a box of hermits, and I thought, I'll bang up 3 or 4 on a 5 hook. Chucked it literally 60 yards out, and within 20 minutes, this little thing.
Is that a bait you use a lot up here then, Darren?
No. I'll be honest with you, no. It was just this morning. I pulled it out and just thought, I'll take a box for a lap.
Why not?
So
could be the winner, mate. Could be.
I don't know.
No?
My mate's coming.
Is he?
Yeah.
You're in the pairs actually, aren't
No,
you?
we're not. That was the problem.
Yeah,
right. I know. I said he phoned me up last week and he said, shall we join pairs? And I was like, nah, I can't be bothered. I said, let's just, let's go. We were going to fish together today, and then he rang me up early and said, look, I'm going to go a bit south than where you were, and then we'll try and locate the fish. And within 10 minutes of getting this, he's gone and got one as well.
Yeah.
So.
What's the difference in the weight? Is there a lot?
We don't know yet. I'm waiting for him to come in. He'll be here in about 15 minutes. So.
Fine fish, mate. Congratulations.
Cheers.
Thanks for your time.
Very much.
Alright, here we have Buckle from Swansea, and he was telling me yesterday he was going to win today.
I did take it,
mate.
Mate did very well. First cast, bang! Big 5.5 pound bass, massive, absolutely gutted. Rod rested on the floor, put it back, because I thought we could weigh it in. I thought we could keep one now, but we can't even keep one. No. So we put it back, lovely, put it back, and then next cast, bang!
That's the one.
What's that, 4.5 pounder?
4.5 pound.
And about 3 inch size whiting.
We need a double size of that to win this today. There's one at £9.
Oh, so it's got to be a double figure.
Good going though, mate.
Good going. Nice one, mate. Cheers, mate.
You do tomorrow?
Oh, of course we have. We have tomorrow.
Well, mate, let's do it. I remember meeting you last year.
A little bit higher.
Next trip.
Up that way. Just a bit more. Stay there. Brilliant.
Yeah.
So we have one of our lads, Adam Slack. How'd you find it there today, mate?
Hard work.
Very hard work.
Yeah.
Totally different than what we used to down our neck of the woods.
Yes.
Shallow.
Shallow. Just
Not my cup of tea.
You were in a riser, weren't you?
Yeah, and I fell over in a gully as well, so great. Waders full of water.
But
trying to get cocky.
What were you doing? Were you hitting it at range all day?
As far as I could.
All the time?
Yeah.
Did you ever drop one short in that gully?
No.
Never went for it?
Never went for it. Went over
distance.
Yeah.
We've had them up to £9 I've seen so far.
Yeah.
There's rumours that there's a £10 can pull out.
Nice.
I thought we'd see escape today. I thought there would be thornbacks there.
Go for it tomorrow.
Oh yeah? Good luck, mate. Too serious. Alright, so here we have Steve and Rich, both friends, been out competing against each other today, and it was touch and go on who was going to win, wasn't it, boys? Yeah. Did you think you had him?
I thought it would be close.
Did you?
Yeah.
I thought you had him?
Yeah.
I thought he beat me because he normally does.
Does he?
Yeah, he normally always just tips me all the
So
time.
who was the winner?
Rich.
Slightly, but it's not a lot in it, is it?
About half a kilo.
Is it? Half a kilo, nothing, literally nothing. What did you have him on, mate?
Yellowtail.
Did you?
Yeah, straight yellowtail.
Yeah, good on. Yeah, lovely fish, boys.
Were you in the pairs?
You weren't in the pairs.
Stop it!
If they had done the pairs, I think you would have smashed it, literally, guys, wouldn't you? With those two fish.
We just decided not to.
No?
Yeah,
Just it's one of those things.
Yeah, that's how it is, isn't it?
Ideal.
That's fishing, isn't it?
That is fishing. So here we have George Smith. How did you do today, mate?
2 cod, they weighed in 4 whiting, so...
Condition-wise, how's it been? A lot of guys have struggled.
Well, the conditions were brilliant. Yeah. If you're on a patch of fish, you caught fish. So it's, if you can get a few.
Well, we went from Wivensea up towards Brid, and the further we got up, less anglers we saw.
Less tide.
Yeah,
less tide, that's what it is.
You can see it just dropping off.
Yeah, on the medium tides, sort of Ilston south.
Yeah,
and you've got a bit more tide going. Tomorrow you've got a bigger tide. Yeah, so it's going to open it up, past on, so you can walk.
So they'll keep on going
up.
Oh,
yeah, you've got more tide on it.
Yeah,
that's what will bring the fish to you.
So what would you have them on? Blacks?
Black and squid.
Did you?
All be fishing on black and squid.
Yeah.
So.
We've seen a couple of 9-pounders out.
I've seen it.
One of the guys on Hermit. Had it on Hermit. Is that a different bait to use up here?
Cod's coming past. It's going to eat it, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah. They're buckets, aren't they? All you want to do is just eat.
What's your plan for tomorrow then? Take it again?
Yeah.
Yeah, just keep going. That's
Give it
what
a
you
go.
can do,
Yeah,
mate.
got one, so.
Brilliant, mate.
See what else
Cheers for
you
your
can do.
time.
Cheers, mate.
Cheers,
No
buddy.
problem.
Ta-da.
Brilliant.
Thank you, mate. Thank you very much, guys. Make sure you get the air.
Anyway, I had a right laugh just from those patterns.
Right, this is Tom. You all right, mate?
Yeah.
Been fishing today, as I've seen. With your dad?
Yeah.
Do you know whereabouts you've been? You're not going to give it away?
No.
I wouldn't give it away. I wouldn't give it away.
Out Newton.
Have you done Out Newton, have you?
Yeah.
And what bait did you have him on then, mate?
Worm.
Well, you had it on worm, did you?
Squid.
And squid?
Yeah.
Very early into the session or later on in the session?
Well, it was my second cast.
Was it second cast? Was that the only one you had out?
Yeah.
You've done a lot better than a lot of our team today. Because a lot of our team have found it very hard, especially that man there as well. So congratulations, mate, all the best. But we'll hopefully see you at the awards tonight because he's a nice size as well, isn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well done, mate.
Thank you.
Always a pleasure, mate.
How's it
Always,
going,
yeah,
Andy?
very looking forward to it again.
Yeah, good.
How's
yeah.
you been?
Well, not so good today. Had a decent fish on. Unfortunately, braid parted, but
Did
you know
it?
that's part and parcel of fishing. So other than that, just a few little whiting. But I mean, it's been fantastic conditions. Great day weather-wise. Just fish weren't in the area of fish, which is just how it goes.
We went from Wivensea all the way up towards Brid, and the further we got, the less anglers we saw.
Yeah.
Any reason for that?
I think possibly because it's a relatively small tide.
Yeah.
So I think a lot of the lads might have gone on the basis that the further south you went today, there'd be a bit more tide in the water. So probably sort of a lot of the anglers would have started fishing what are called the middle beaches.
Okay.
Sort of East Newton, Aldborough, Grimston, Hillston, Tunstall, and probably
All of them, they're all
south of
backed out,
that.
literally all
Yeah,
backed out.
and south of that because you'll get a little bit more tide in the water. And I think listening to some of the lads, I think most of the fish have been caught, or some of the bigger fish have been caught south of Wivensea. So
I thought there would be a few thornbacks out today, and I haven't seen one wade in yet, so I'm not sure if they're.
Well,
we
just
got
coming
one
in
here!
now. Yeah,
Spoke
that's it.
too soon, spoke too soon.
Yeah,
But
so-
we're going to go over and have a few photos with Nick now, and then we'll get together with you a bit later on.
Yeah, great.
Cheers,
Okay,
Paul.
cheers, Andy. All the best, mate.
We have Jason here from Filey, and This is the first one I've seen out today, and the biggest because his friend went running right out of the picture as soon as we knew the video on. So mate, bait wise,
black and squid.
So targeting the cod, or you specifically went for a ray?
Went to bid for the rays today.
I thought that there would be a lot of rays pulled up today with the conditions.
Really?
That's what I took it for, because it's screaming out ray if I look at it, to me, really. But if you're going for rays normally on this stretch of coastline, would you look for that conditions, or would you go, because they told me up here that is perfect conditions for cod as well.
Well, it was my mate's decision to go to bid today, but
specifically for the rays.
For the rays, yeah. I had a dab early on, and then literally halfway through the match, my mate Phil, he got one just on the size of ray.
Did he?
And then we both pulled in last cast and pulled 2 out.
So congratulations, mate. Well done.
Thank you.
Cheers, buddy. Okay, guys, it's Alfred from Hull. How you doing, mate?
I'm doing good.
So you got a nice one out?
Yeah.
How early in the session?
Like near the end actually.
Was it? Right to the end? Any more fish throughout the session?
A couple of whiting.
Was it? You found it hard work today? A lot of guys have found it very challenging.
Yeah.
Yeah. What bait did you have it on?
Just lab load.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fantastic,
That's
mate.
it.
Well done, buddy. All the best, mate. Cheers. Down at Wivensea at the minute, and with Barry from the Fishing Buddies. Hello, mate.
Hello, mate.
All
right? Yeah, not too bad.
You fished this spot the last 2 days. So
yes.
Down here today.
Yeah, we liked this spot yesterday. Nice drop-offs, nice gullies. Yeah, it just looked a nice little spot. So, and we were lucky.
What brought you to it? Over low water.
We had a quick look. Really, because we live quite a way away. Just research, and you know, it was close. We wanted somewhere that was reasonably accessible.
And that's it.
Yeah, and
you
that's
see,
it,
you've got
really.
the groins to the right hand side and left hand side of you.
Yeah.
So that's going to be a good mark over the top of the side, as you see.
Yeah.
And you've got the bank dropping off. So at the moment, you're going to be hitting that bank at range, get your baits over.
And it does drop down a little bit further on.
So what's the plan today? You were just saying a minute ago, you're going to go for a flatty first.
Flatties first, on a smaller hook.
Yeah.
Small worm baits just to try and
mix it up a little bit.
A bit, and then after that we've got pulleys, droppers. Whack it out there and go for a ray.
Trying to go for that ray.
Yeah, I mean,
using a nice little bit of kit here.
Yeah.
What is it, mate?
It's a Gravel Teclon Surf 2. I'm using the 4.2 version.
Yep.
It is an awesome bit of kit, and
it looks it.
I mean, we've got the standard tip on it at the moment. That will whack out my six and baits for the ray, no problems whatsoever.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't even notice it's on there. It just absolutely flies.
Hammers it.
And then if we want to go a bit lighter, we've got a carrier tip which we can whack on, and then we've got.
You've got mixed range of tips there.
Yeah.
How many's all together then?
There's 3 tips in here.
Yeah.
Then we've also got 2 carbon ledgering tips as well if we want to go even.
A lot of guys going over to the Continental.
Yep.
And what I found from doing tests and stuff with them, I was quite surprised when you pick it up how light it is, and you go to put a heavy lead, you're thinking it's never going to cast it. But the recovery in that tip and the way they load up, and the one thing I like about them, especially for someone just starting off fishing for the first time, the more you put in the cast, the more it flies.
I mean, you have got to match the lead up with the rod. I mean that is vital. I mean, if you overload it, then you know it works against you. But the whole action of the rod and the tip, the fun that you get out of fishing a continental style.
You feel everything.
You feel everything.
So what reel have you got that loaded up with then, mate?
At the moment, I've got that's a Vega reel, but that's Teflon spool on there with a Vertex tapered line.
Okay.
So yeah, it goes from 15 to 17. Yeah. No leader knot.
No.
Just tapered straight through.
So this is your first year fishing it. You come up with 2 of your friends.
Yep. Got Anthony, the guy.
And you both all managed to weigh in yesterday.
Yes.
Yeah. So that's quite an achievement because we've been up here a few years, and myself and Nick have struggled many times to get on the board.
Yeah. I mean, you know, we're on the board, so it'd be interesting to see whereabouts we are on the board.
To be honest, that's what the event's about.
Yeah.
The banter, the atmosphere, the enjoyment, and just the fishing at the end of the day.
I mean,
and if you
having that many fishermen in one area
is unreal. The atmosphere in there last night was fantastic.
Yes. Yeah. There's some good lads.
Good luck today, mate.
Yeah. Cheers. Thank you.
Lines, and hopefully we'll see you again at the weigh-in.
Yeah.
So we have Tony. Nice to meet you, mate.
Hi Andy, nice to meet you
too.
too.
How far have you travelled down here to fish here today?
Travelled all the way from Bognor Regis on the
south
coast.
Yeah.
Long.
Is this a lot different to your type of area and fishing?
Yeah, it is. It's a lot different. Our beaches, they contain a lot of worm and crab areas.
Yeah.
Well, I've noticed up here, there's nothing on the beach.
No.
There's no worm. You know, there's no crab holes. There's nothing. So it's a different, harder kind of fishing.
I've found it very interesting, to be honest, this year. I was speaking to a lot of the locals. Now, it's a very hard coastline to fish for these locals, and the guys what are doing and catching on a regular basis is the homework they actually go into, because as you can see where we are now, it's completely flat out there.
Yeah.
So where a gully or a sandbar would be for one tide, they could go back 2 tides later and it would just disappear.
Yeah.
So they're always on the search for all the gullies and the sandbars and different things. And a lot of them, they're collecting their bait over the top of the springs, and they're fishing on the build-up for the neaps upwards.
Okay.
So they use it. They're actually it's a preparation, everything. They're digging the bait. Where down our way, we normally buy a lot of bait. Do yourself to do a lot of bait digging, or?
I used to, but now I just buy it.
I buy it exactly the same.
A lot of time
if I go fishing, a lot of the stuff I do is fish baits anyway. But it's the process of how they keep the bait, the preparation of keeping the bait, and the build-up of like looking over a place over low water. And then it's a lot of it's not just a case of going fishing. Like a lot of the marks I go to, I know where I'm going because of the features that are there, and we go and hit it for that reason. And they're always going to be there, no matter if they drop or down. Those features are going to be there. But up here, they've got to do their homework, because the chance of going out there, hitting a bait out, especially just on the flat, and a cod coming along or a fish coming along and picking it up, is very high rating. But if you're picking up in these gullies, like this trough, what you got in front of you now, I think that's one of the main feature of fishing here, especially over the top of the tide, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I'll be
a few fish going through
later on, just over the other side of that gully.
Yeah.
And hopefully we'll see what comes along and see if there's a whiting or a cod or something.
Looking out in front of you now, I think you've got it pretty made here, mate. You've got the nice drop. It slightly drips up onto the high bank and then slowly drops off. So what you're going to do, hit it at range first?
I'm going to hit it at range, obviously, on the low water, because I want to go for flatfish to start off with. Obviously, yesterday what I was observing, there's more flatfish being caught on this low water, and then the bigger fish were coming in later on. So I've been using small worm baits to start off with, and then I'll be moving up to fish baits when the tide gets more up, and then just nail it the other side of that sandbar.
So what time did you get down here to get your mark?
We were down here just before 7 o'clock.
Do you? It's not too bad then, is it?
No,
I know some of our guys were down on the beach 2 o'clock or 3 o'clock this morning.
Oh no, that's okay. I like to sleep.
freezing cold. But well, I'd like to wish you all the best, mate, and I look forward to seeing you at the awards later.
Absolutely, another weigh in today. Thank you.
Just come a little bit further up the beach and met Guy. Hello mate, how you doing buddy?
Nice to meet you mate.
So where have you come from today?
Comes up from Little Hampton.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Long way up?
Yeah.
First time fishing the event?
Definitely, yeah.
Is it?
Well, it's something that I've been wanting to do for a lot of years, but never
is it
really
what
had the
you thought it
confidence
was?
to come and do it. Yeah, it's really enjoyable.
Yeah,
like,
it's
the whole social aspect of the competition.
More than
as well.
anything, that's the fishing's a bonus because the atmosphere of the night times is what makes the competition.
Yeah, it's just lovely to be able to just talk to anyone.
Yeah. So how do you find the area's fishing compared to what you used to back home?
To be honest with you, we decided to fish this area because it was it's pretty similar to our beaches.
Yeah.
Nice sandy beaches with a few shelves, a few little gullies. So
you've got plenty of obstacles when bits and pieces and layouts which are going to hold food here, aren't you? You've got the groins to the side, the dip in over the low water, but you're going to go range at first?
Yeah, at first I will be. From yesterday fishing here, we found out that about 40 yards off of where the tide is now, there's another little ledge there.
Yeah.
That we can reach.
You haven't got no one next to you either, so you've got a little bit of room to play with as well. It's not always nice to work with, isn't it?
Yeah, something I didn't expect at this competition.
Did you find a lot of tide yesterday?
No.
I can see it moving through quite hard now. It's 0.6 of difference in the two tides yesterday and today, isn't there?
Yeah, I mean we should be all right. I've changed my line down. I was fishing with mono yesterday, but I've got down to the braids, a bit thinner diameter.
Have you? Get moving around a little bit in that better. But it looks like it's going to be a lovely day again today, but we're going to make our way further down to Spurn and see how the anglers are getting on down there. But yesterday, the further we went up towards Bridlington, the flatter it got off, and the less anglers we saw. It was like the middle stretch between Wivensea and Brid. It was absolutely heaving. But, a lot of whiting pulled out yesterday.
Yeah, we had a lot of whiting.
You managed to get on the board though, first trip. It's always an accomplishment, mate.
Yeah, I was chuffed with that.
Yeah.
Even though it was only a whiting, but obviously
ideal, mate.
In the cod and rays, but
different tide, different times, and hopefully you can get into them today.
Hopefully.
Cheers, buddy.
Cheers,
all the best, mate.
Thanks a lot.
Well, good morning, folks. We're down at Wivensea for day 2 of the European Open Beach Championships. Myself and Nick Panther, we got down here about 7 o'clock this morning, been interviewing a few anglers and stuff, and there's plenty of anglers already on the beach. We went and talked to Barry from the Fishing Buddies. They turned up early, managed to get their spot. And why do you think the area they've picked in front of them there?
Because of the bank. It's low, it's near enough low water now. Okay, I'll get Andy to pan the camera in a minute, alright? But down at the front there, the bank curves over. Right, so there's a shelf runs all the way along at the end of the groin. As it comes over the bank, there's another deep shelf right in front of us here, not 20 feet out.
Two big pits either side.
So now, talking to Barry, he said when the tide comes in, it'll come right up to the steps, so there'll be about 4.5 meters of water just here in the first bank. So if he can bang one from here over the bank to the end of the groin, he's going to be in about 12 foot of water. So that's why he's chosen to come here.
Well, it's 8:45 now, guys. In about 15 minutes, you will start to see guys walking to the waterfront and putting those baits to the horizon. Different day, different tide, anything can happen.
Yeah, of course it can. Fish can come out from anywhere.
We're going to make our way further on down the coastline now, but okay, guys. So as you can see behind, 9 o'clock, and the guys are just about to cast out for the first time of the event. Day 2. I wish everybody the best of luck. Different tide, different conditions. Let's see if we can see a few big ones out again today. If you look in the background where you can see them now, it's like a channel that runs in beyond, but you can see where the sandbar comes out after that. These guys, what they're trying to do at the minute is get as much distance as they can to get over that sandbar as it drops off, hopefully as the cod is starting to come up through, smashing those baits. About to get further on down the coastline now and see how everybody else is getting on.
Well guys, this is Richard Albones reporting live from Gasworks Beach. As you can see behind me, It's absolutely packed with anglers as far as the eye can see in both directions. Sort of every 10 or 15 metres there's an angler there. We're hopeful that we might see some fish out here today. I think these guys certainly think that might be the case. So the conditions look favourable. They're quite protected down here from the wind. It's coming over sort of from the south-southeast, and hopefully we'll see some fish out.
Okay, we're at Kilnsea now. There's anglers all the way along the beach. But take a look at what I'm stood on. You used to be able to drive down here and drive out. This is the road. Pieces all over. Right down here, which we'll show you in a minute, the anglers down on the beach. There's another piece of this down there. So the erosion is absolutely phenomenal, it really is. These buildings that you see behind me were once up on the cliffs. And over in the far distance, there's a circular piece, which was a gun emplacement many, many years ago. And you have caravans that are right on the edge of this erosion. So it'll be no doubt in a few years' time, as this tide pushes with the winter storms that break this soil down, that it's gradually going to be creeping towards the caravan park directly behind me. But this is fantastic because obviously you can see now where the one edge of that building, which is against the cliff face, the other piece has fallen off. No doubt if we come here next year, that piece will be on the ground as well. And the buildings that are just in on the cliff, it's a matter of time, guys, before the tide reclaims it all. But it's a fantastic place. You can only see anglers from here. Can't see around the corner, but I dare say going back up the beach that way there'll be a lot more anglers that have walked around there, but the anglers that way, which I'll get Andy to show you in it, right along as far as you can see there are anglers all the way along this beach. So this must be a favoured mark. Everywhere we've been today there have been anglers toe to toe all the way. It's a fantastic thing to see. What a response to a competition. The biggest fishing competition in Europe, the Paul Roggeman European Open Beach Championships. Great stuff.
So we're back down with Barry. How are we getting on, mate?
Little dab so far.
Yeah?
Yeah, just fishing the smaller baits just as the tide moves up over this bank.
How far into the session?
Second cast.
Second cast, yeah? Is there any other fish come out along here at the minute?
Not that I've seen.
No?
No. So it was literally just 20 centimetres, so,
yeah.
But it's nice to get a fish early on.
Yeah.
You know, just builds confidence a little bit.
Wind's picked up a little bit more today.
Yes, yeah,
Found
definitely.
it a bit different in distance or not? Because it's coming from the side, really.
To be honest, fishing the smaller baits, I'm not whacking it out.
No.
So, you know, 80 yards max.
80 yards?
Yeah. You know, it's not, so it's not affecting me that much now. If it does later on as we move down, I might just put the braid spool on and just cut through the wind.
Moving around a lot.
Yeah.
Many bites at all?
Well, no, can't really see much on the small bites anyway. But you know, it's still comfortable fishing. It's not it's not blowing a hula.
Holy, no, it's not. No.
It's nice, and so it's nice to get a fish early on.
Do you find the tide is a bit different today? A lot more tide, or?
It is running a little bit.
A bit more.
Yeah, we've got another, what is it, half a metre on?
6 in it, so it's getting on, but there is a fair few anglers looking down.
Yes, there's a few people joined us now. I think there's a few locals as well as competition.
Yeah.
So it'll be interesting once we all get bunched up on the rock.
It's going to Well, mate, we'll let you get on.
Yep,
and
cheers, buddy.
See a few more fish out. Hopefully, a cod over the top of the high tide, eh?
Yes, a bigger fish today would be lovely. Just to
finish the weekend
off.
off.
Yeah.
Travelling back tonight or tomorrow?
Tomorrow morning.
Yeah, best way, mate. Yeah. Looking forward to the awards later.
Yes.
So we're back down to see Guy to see how he's getting on. How are you getting on, mate?
It's a bit quiet at the moment.
Quiet?
Yeah, still at it.
Yeah.
Give it a go.
Starting to flood nicely. A lot different than yesterday with the tide.
Yeah, it is a bit more tidal pool today. A bit more choppy.
A bit more breeze.
Yeah.
It's a bit more breeze today, isn't there?
Yeah.
But there is a fair few anglers along this stretch, so it's a very popular venue. So hopefully there'll be a few cod out. Was there any cod caught along here yesterday?
Not that I know of.
No.
Not along here.
No.
All we see come up was whiting and flatties, really.
It looks a bit more coddy today.
Yeah, it certainly does. Like yesterday, it was flat as anything.
Flat, yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, alright, there's not too much on there, but
no.
It
Good,
seems
good
enough.
weekend?
Yeah, I've had a cracking weekend.
Yeah. First time up, we really enjoyed it.
Yeah, it's
the
mate.
night time I'd always look forward to. It's the atmosphere.
Yeah,
when people get
it's
together.
nice to find out other people's tactics and things, you know.
Talk angling with what's about at the end of the day, isn't it?
Yeah, learn something new.
Someone's tripod's just gone over in the wind. He's running over to get it there now. It's a bit of a breeze here today, but we've just been all the way up to Spurn, and as you got that way, the further you get past the gasworks, it starts dying down again then. So it seems to be this sort of coastline they're going to, but there's absolutely phenomenal how many anglers are down there.
Yeah. I mean, this morning when we got down here, it didn't look like there was going to be too many, but
no, packed right out now.
Yeah.
It's one of those spots you haven't got to get up too early either down here. There's always places to fish and stuff.
I mean, we got down here about 7.
Yeah.
And it was clear as anything, really. Only 5 or 6 anglers down here then.
Yeah, it's great, mate.
I suppose it's only a short jaunt back to.
That's it.
That's it. Isn't it?
We're going to make our way back down towards San Lemire and up now, and see if we can get a few guys talking on camera. You're always going to have the trouble, guys. A lot of the guys that obviously fishing, they're competitive, aren't they? They just want to baiting up, bang, bang. They're constantly watching the rod tips and stuff. So it's trying to capture the fish on camera, but you've got 30 miles of coastline, and trying to capture that one fish on camera is quite challenging.
Yeah.
Cheers for your time, mate. All the best.
No problem.
Good luck.
Thanks
See you
a
down
lot.
there later.
See you later, mate.
Okay guys, so as we were talking to Guy, turned around and Barry's just had a small dab out.
It's a lovely little dab, yeah. Second one of the session now. So
just undersized this one?
A little bit undersized, yeah. 25.
Yeah.
So
it's a fish out, mate. At the end of the day, you've got to keep going, in you.
That's it.
They get bigger and bigger.
Hopefully.
Okay, so a lot of guys up here tend to go for the white rag, and I'm not sure why. Maybe the colouring and the colour in the water and the way they stand out and move. But Barry couldn't get hold of any whites. So what he's done is use these. And you tell me a little bit more. They've been working, mate.
They've been working. We use them a lot for our LRF. So I thought I'd give it a go. So we've just got a normal bit of rag up the top. Thread that on. It's got a nice bit of movement still. That's it, 2 dabs, 2 casts.
Why not? Can't go wrong.
Can't go wrong.
Good. Okay guys, we're down at Tunstall. As you can see behind me, a lot of anglers decided to go local, right in beyond the back of the caravan park, out here targeting cod. The tide's right in at the moment. We've got an hour left to the end of the weigh-in, 4 o'clock. So a lot of these anglers, I think, will be giving it the last moments, last cast, fresh bait, hoping for that last minute cod. But wind's picked up along here now. There is anglers literally everywhere, as far as I can see to the right and left, trying to make most of that last final minutes of the European Open. So we have Glenn Wilson. How are you doing, mate?
Good, mate, thank you very much.
You got one?
Yeah, cracking day.
We met you up in the pub earlier on in the week, and it's quite educational really, with the baits and the hard work it goes through for you boys fishing this coastline. Because especially my lads what's come today, we found it very hard compared to the difference with our coastline. A lot of the sandbars and the ditches you fish in, they'll be there for a couple of tides and they disappear. So the bait, what you do to go and get your bait and different bits and pieces, what I found really interesting.
The one in the place we fished yesterday, we fished the same place today. Bang.
Bang. What happened yesterday?
Just the sea conditions.
Was it?
The sea was flat. Today there was a bit more run on, a bit more colour maybe.
Oh, you find it fishes better when it's flat for the cod up here?
I don't, but a lot of people do. A lot of people say, oh, it's too rough for fishing.
When I was looking at conditions earlier in the week, I thought it was screaming out rays, really.
Yeah,
I thought a ray would win.
We did yesterday.
Did you?
We tried for them, but it's not a well-known mark for catching rays, that's the way we fished. There was less people there today, everybody else went elsewhere, obviously because they want a lot of fish caught. So we gut feeling back to the same spot where I've had
early in the
before,
session, or
about 3 hours before the top tide.
Tide?
Yeah.
Bang on.
And then it was just whiting after that.
Straight after that?
Whiting and flatters. I tried my hardest for another one. I couldn't find it, mate.
Well done, mate. All the best. So here we have David Med. I'll see you again, mate.
Aye, okay.
How have you found it this year?
Well, a bit frustrating considering the conditions have been perfect both days.
Yeah.
Absolutely perfect.
You managed to weigh in though?
Yeah, I managed
to get one.
I've got to weigh in, yeah.
You actually beat Paul this weekend?
Well, no, today.
Today?
Yeah, yesterday he beat me.
Did he?
Yeah.
On an even Steven. Who had the biggest fish on the weekend though?
Me.
Did you?
Yes.
Congratulations, mate. Congratulations.
Absolutely.
It's been absolutely fabulous again up here.
Been
February,
a perfect
sun
weekend.
shining, and I've never had that here before.
Yeah, I know.
I'm normally stuck in with a big warm jacket on. I was in a polo shirt yesterday, walking up and down.
Absolutely.
Crazy.
Yeah, we couldn't have had better weather, and I mean for February as well. We expected to be coming down in snow.
Yeah.
That's what we thought.
Well, congratulations, mate.
All the best.
Cheers.
Cheers.
I just, if you hold it out like that, it's really silly. So we have the champion of last year, Paul Med.
Andy,
how have you found it?
Oh, it's been a great weekend. I mean, the conditions have been spot on. You know, the weather's been great. I think there's been a decent head of fish, perhaps not as much as the conditions would have suggested, but it's been decent. I think the lads have had a good day. My dad's got 1 4-pounder so today, so it's been good.
Got the better of you this weekend.
He
then,
did, absolutely. Yeah, he's a bit of a
you got him yesterday, though, did you?
Fox.
He had a bit of a small when I seen him earlier on.
I think he did me yesterday as well, so it's all on its head.
Yeah,
this year,
yeah.
you know.
Really good turnout.
Yeah, good. Yeah, really good turnout. I think probably over 1,000 anglers each day, so it's been fantastic.
Have you hit the one area specifically both days then, or have you mixed up?
No, yesterday I looked down a place called, well, it was between sort of Dimlington and Out Newton.
Okay.
Which is where I won last year.
Yeah.
Today I had a look down between Dimlington and Easington. Again, the beach looked great.
Yeah.
It was good tide, it was settled, lots of colour in the water. just fish didn't show. That's just how
That's all it is.
fishing
Can't
goes,
win them
isn't it?
all, mate. Can't
win them all. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Lovely to
Good.
see you again,
Excellent,
mate.
All
Cheers,
the best.
buddy.
Yeah.
Gentlemen, live from the European Open, Mr. Chris Fass himself. How you doing, mate?
I'm good.
Lovely to see you.
You too. You
what
too.
What a fantastic turn-up and atmosphere.
Yeah, I know. It's amazing. It's amazing. Yeah, one of the best years I've ever seen.
Definitely. But
so yeah,
looking
really,
good as
really
always.
good.
Looking good as always.
Trying. Yeah. We've got a few new products that we're showcasing at this comp. Yeah, and then a lot of the old favourites as well.
Sheffield. And how have you enjoyed the event?
It's been brilliant.
Yeah,
it's been brilliant. It's been hard going on the first day, but it's been alright. I look forward to it every year.
Enjoy what we do?
Yes. What you do or
what we've been doing at the competition?
Yes. Yeah. I've been watching it. I've been watching. There's been a couple of ones I love. Teaching somebody to cast. And I love that one. There was a reservoir. There was a guy was teaching to cast him flat. You had the rod, you didn't want him to hit his head. He was teaching him how to pendulum cast. Very helpful for me. Very helpful.
What we're trying to do is put across education. I think that's a big part of the angle. And I remember when I first started, one of the main things with it was I never really had anyone to teach me. So over the course of years, it took me a lot of time to build up the knowledge to be able to do silly things at the end. And what we try to do at Sea Convention is literally put across all the education. Now, one thing I love about this event is it gives us a chance to do the guys themselves. You watch the programme face to face. We get to speak to all of them.
Great stuff. Really good stuff. Really good stuff. Really good stuff. Nice meeting you. Cheers, pal. Take care.
Here we have some lads from Hartlepool. How you doing, boys? Enjoyed the weekend? Yeah? Caught anything?
Yeah, I don't mind some white.
You had some white? Yeah? No cod? Like myself, we struggled at the beginning of the week trying to get the cod out. But how have you found it this year?
It's our first year.
Is it?
Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you what, boys, every year I've come up here so far, I've had jackets on, I've had thermal gears that have been absolutely freezing. This year, I was walking around with a college shirt. The conditions and the weather has been perfect. And obviously yesterday there was more fish pulled on. I thought with the tides building up would be more fish pulled on today. It seemed to be yesterday a lot better than today. But it's an absolutely fantastic atmosphere. Coming again next year? Yeah. Look forward to seeing you guys. Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you. Cheers, lads. See you there. So we have Paul Fennick from Sea Angler magazine. How you doing, mate? Good. How did you find the event for the first? Is this the first time you've actually been up here for it?
No, this is probably third or fourth time I've been. It's the first time I've covered it for the magazine.
Yeah.
And
you fished it before?
I've fished it 4 times before.
Placed?
Nope.
It's a hard one, isn't it?
It's tough.
Yeah. It's the coastline itself. It changes all the time. It's very shallow, and it's finding the gullies and the channels. I think.
Absolutely. I mean, there's an awful lot of watercraft goes into it. I mean, the locals know where they're hot spots. I've seen how many people from Heading and Hall and everywhere.
But
great event, fantastic. You know, I thought I was at a boxing match at one point when the music started.
I did as well. It's the atmosphere, well, for me. We've come up, and I've been the same time. I think I've fished it 4 times, I've never played myself. It's more about the atmosphere, the crack, the lads, the fishing atmosphere, and everything.
Good banter. It's not what I would call a top-end pegged event, you know, where the internationals are subbing it out, you know, in pegs and But I think the social side of it and the fishing side of it mixes quite well.
It's got that competitiveness, but it also balanced with any type of angler. So a lot of anglers will think it's that top level stuff. It's not, because it's literally anybody.
Absolutely.
You can put a bait in the water and you have a chance of catching a fish. And even with small fish up here, on the table.
I thought that was really nice to see today, where a lot of people were disheartened they didn't catch anything. But when it was getting to the end of the competition, some of them were saying, you know, it only takes a bite. One cast, that's catch a 10 pounder. So fair play to them. Bit of credit to the sport, actually.
But this, obviously, you're covering it for the magazine. It'll be in the magazine next issue.
This will be in issue 568, which goes on sale. We go to press on Thursday, which will be on sale early.
Any other interesting bits and pieces for the viewers? As always, it's full of.
Well, we've got a nice piece from Norway. Dads and lads.
Yeah.
So there's dads fishing with their sons in Norway, catching some nice fish. We've got all the usual.
Don't want to give too much away.
I can't. No, but it's on sale very soon.
Brilliant. Thank you, Andy. Cheers, guys. So here we have Cliff Brown, the editor of Sea Angler magazine. Lovely to meet you at Fine Laugh.
Yeah,
We've known each other a little while now, but it's nice to actually meet in person.
It is.
It's one of the joys of this event, I think.
Yeah, everybody you speak to say what a good crack it is. You know, to come here and meet blokes they never see any other time of the year, come up here and they see people that they got friendly with a couple of years back, or even been some of them who've been fishing for 12 years
I know.
and they just meet up there. Only time they see the guys is up here, or they come with a group of fellas. You know, it's amazing number of people say, oh, there's 20 of us have come, or there's a dozen, you know.
We've seen a lot of new faces this year, and it's just fantastic. But me, myself and Nick, we've been up here many years fishing it. And the atmosphere, to be honest, we've always found it hard. We've never actually caught nothing like to weigh in on the board. But it's the laugh, it's the enjoyment, it's the getting out, having a bit of banter on the beach, the beer, the atmosphere, it's everything mixed in together.
It is.
And I think with anglers from around the country, the whole of Europe, it's the single biggest one. I've fished a lot of competitions. I've never seen the atmosphere from what is in that room at the moment.
I mean, we did quite a few events with Sea Angler. There's definitely a special atmosphere with this. It's a different type of angler, I think, as well. Because with your real serious bag weight matches, you know, they're speed fishermen a lot of them. But these guys, they just know, you know, I can fish for one big fish and I can get a big prize. And that draws out, you know, a lot of any old angler. Even I could do it. You know,
anyone. All it is, especially on the coastline, as me and Paul just said a minute ago, it's very flat, shallow water, so you're looking out for troughs and different things, which you can do a couple of days leading up to the event.
That's it.
And if a cod comes along and gets in one of those holes and you pull it out, you're in the chance of winning some big money.
When we were out here this morning, I couldn't believe how deep the trough was on the front there. You know, there was a 7-foot hole. You know, and they were just lobbing into it.
30 or 40 yards out, no casting even needed, guys.
That's it. You know, and anybody can do that, really, can't they? You know. You know, most of the guys seem to be using fixed spool reels. It wasn't multiplier fishing. You know, fixed spools and braid, fixed spools and mono. It was really good. You know, long rods, normal size rods. It was a bit of everything. You know, that's what's nice to see. You know?
Yeah, definitely. But the actual article and coverage is also going to be in Sea Angler magazine this month. When does it come out, mate?
Yeah, it's March the 5th.
March the 5th, in the shops, guys.
That's
the
it.
ones that have obviously get it through on the post, get it a few days earlier.
Yeah,
that's the best way to do it.
It is. Subscribers get it a bit earlier. They get it the weekend before, but we'll go and write it up tomorrow. Now on the press on Thursday.
Late day for these guys. They've been up first thing in the morning, and they've been. Just very
but if we'd have come up yesterday, we wouldn't have got out of bed this morning with you lot drinking.
No, Paul looks like he needs a bed now, actually. Very good. But fantastic to meet you, buddy.
Thanks, Andy.
All the best, mate.
Well done for everything you've done.
Cheers, buddy. Thanks, man. Well, guys, that's the end of the 2019 European Open Beach Championships. Absolutely fantastic weekend. Everybody from behind me now, they've had an absolutely brilliant weekend. A few beers, good laugh on the beach, and a lot of fish pulled out. Look forward to seeing you all once again next year.